We believe we are this I, this me, mine, and so on. We become excessively self-interested from having this sort of attitude. We'll do anything to sustain and maintain this permanent sense of I. But the truth is, the sense of I changes like the wind from moment to moment with no permanent state. Trying to have the sense of a permanent self or ego in the face of the universal winds of change is a battle you will ultimately lose. No matter how hard you try to hold on to your idea of who you are, it can't be done. If you remain the same person at 60 as you were at 18, then this suggests that you may have some form of neurosis or psychosis. It is just not sane to believe you are this permanent person with all of these rigid beliefs about the world and yourself that drive the momentary pleasure you seek. You may not recognize this, but the experiences you have that don't accord with your rigid beliefs can actually lead to a breakdown of your conditioning. We ignorantly call these experiences painful. Pain in this sense is actually a psychological shock to our ego that facilitates an evolution within our consciousness, which is a necessary dent in the armor of our ego that makes us realize that we are not in control of our life. Sadly, this feeling is only momentary for most people. Nevertheless, we are not in control. You may be able to control the little incremental moments of your life, like where you left your car keys, but you cannot control what your personality desires, and it invariably gets what it needs, no matter whether you perceive that as good or a bad thing. Sadly, many people believe they are in control of their lives. They believe they are this permanent ego with all these dramas playing out within their thoughts, feelings, and emotions. As this tendency has become stronger and stronger in our modern world, we've seen an exponential increase in mental health issues and psychological diseases. The medical industry doesn't seem to have any sort of cure for these problems other than medication like antidepressants, which only suppress the symptoms without addressing the root of the problem. Because the way we orient ourselves toward the world, we believe the cure is something we acquire from the outside world. The truth is, we need to orient our attention to where the cure really is. You possess the cure within yourself, but it is not some form of magic, hypnosis, or trickery. It is actually a natural way of life that we must come back into resonance with.